A night at Old Trafford where every emotion was torn to shreds, from elation to anxiety, from fury to euphoria, a whirlwind of feelings beyond the grasp of words. Manchester United stood on the edge of the abyss. After letting Lyon turn the tide in extra time, the semi-final ticket seemed to have slipped away. And then, just when fate seemed to have chosen its winner, Mainoo and Harry Maguire, two names no one expected, rose to rewrite destiny. In just a single, fleeting minute, they turned everything around, from the brink of elimination, trailing 4-2, drowning in doubt, teetering on collapse. They dragged Manchester United back in a way no one could have imagined. 5-4, a comeback that defied belief. But tonight was more than just a football match. It was a breathless symphony stretched over 120 relentless minutes. A mental torture that only football can deliver. A place where emotions suffocate logic. A night that turned the theater of dreams into the canvas of legend. A light rain blanketed Old Trafford, as if the sky itself was trembling, sensing something extraordinary about to unfold. The stadium lights danced on each falling drop, casting a mystical haze between reality and dream. The opening whistle blew. It didn't take long to understand Manchester United's intent: assert dominance, attack relentlessly, and decide their own fate. In the 10th minute, a flash of brilliance redrew the entire stage. Bruno, the orchestrator, took a perfectly measured touch, pulling Lyon's defense out of shape. Garnacho, clever and composed, laid it back. And from the second line, Manuel Ugarte burst forward like a bolt of lightning on a clear day. A cold-blooded finish, clinical, precise, ruthless. 1-0. Old Trafford erupted. Before the atmosphere had a chance to settle, in the final moment of the first half, another lethal blow. Maguire launched a long pass that cut across the Manchester sky. Dalot, the last player anyone expected, surged forward, controlled it with one touch, and finished as if he were a natural striker. 2-0. The Red Devils were flying. Lions suddenly became sleepwalkers. Ruben and Amorim nodded slightly, as if the hardest part was over. But no, that was only the prelude to the emotional storm that was about to unfold. The second half began. No one could have predicted the game would take such an unexpected turn. Minute 71, a seemingly harmless set piece, a familiar pain for United all season. Aggregate rose high. Lacazette made a subtle touch. And Tolisso, who seemed forgotten, leaped and struck like thunder, 2-1. The atmosphere shifted from boiling to anxious. But it didn't stop there. Minute 77, chaos in the penalty area. Fofana got past Dalot. Marlon missed it. Tagliafico lightly touched the ball. Onana made a save right on the line. But technology confirmed the ball had crossed the line. 2-2. Total score, 4-4. Old Trafford was dead silent. Maguire's face seemed frozen. In the stands, people clutched each other's hands, afraid to breathe too loudly. Extra time began. With the advantage of having one more player after Tolisso's red card, everyone thought this was United's chance to finish it all. But football, once again, refused to follow logic. Minute 105. Mata, Fofana, then Cherki, like a whirlwind sweeping through the right wing. Dalot missed the tackle. The ball rebounded straight to Cherki. A left-footed shot. A cold blaze slicing through the heart. 3-2 for Lyon. And then, in the 109th minute, Shaw fouled Fofana. On the penalty spot, Lacazette calmly slotted into the far corner. 4-2. Total score, 6-4. Amorim clutched his head, not out of joy, but because he too couldn't understand what was happening. Minute 114. Casemiro fell in the box after a collision with Amanda. VAR intervened, penalty for Manchester United. Bruno placed the ball. Lucas Puri guessed the right direction, but the shot was too precise. Three to 4. Only 6 minutes left. Hope revived, weak but resilient. And then, in the 120th minute, in a chaotic moment that mirrored the emotions of the game, the ball rolled to Mainoo's feet. A curling shot that encapsulated all the composure and desire of a new generation. Four to 4. Total score 6-6. Old Trafford awoke. And just 1 minute later, minute 121, from a seemingly harmless cross, Maguire leapt, not only with his height, but with all the pain, all the doubt, all the times he had been ridiculed. Five to 4. 7-6 after 2 legs. A header, determining destiny. $75,000 people held their breath. VAR checked the goal. The screen displayed, "Goal!" Old Trafford erupted. It was no longer sound, but a wave of emotion that couldn't be named. Someone cried. Someone screamed without sound. Onana ran like a madman. Bruno collapsed, crying. The referee blew the final whistle. The scoreboard showed 5-4. Manchester United into the semifinals. Not just winning the match. They conquered fate itself. No one knows whether the Red Devils will win the title. But if there's one night that defines why we love football, why we scream, why we still believe, then tonight is that definition.